Hello, this video is an introduction to the Southern Peninsula Emergency Communication Systems Meetup group. In this video, I'm going to answer 4 questions. Why me? What is the meetup for? What problems does it solve? How will the meetup work? And how do you fit in? At the end of this video, you should understand what I'm trying to accomplish and whether this is something that you support and whether you'll be joining me. Okay, first question, who am I? My name is Steve Ostenberg, and I serve on the board of directors for the Southern Peninsula Emergency Communication System. The charter of SPECS is to recruit, train, and maintain a crew of amateur radio operators. And as a new board member, I started looking around for things that I could do to help realize that vision. And I realized there were a lot of things that I thought we weren't doing that we should be. The board, at my suggestion, has appointed me the community outreach officer, and my job is to address the problems that I encountered becoming a ham, the things that I found were frustrating, the things I wished I had found, the community that I wanted to find that wasn't there. And they have authorized me to try to address that problem. That is why I'm here. Okay. Question 2. What is the meetup for and what problems does it solve? We don't want to create multiple solutions for the same problem. So I tried to identify 3 unique problems that I saw in ham radio that we could resolve with this meetup group. The first is lack of visibility. The second is lack of opportunity. And the third is lack of Elmers. And I will go into a little bit of each of those right now. Okay. First problem the meetup will address is what I call the lack of visibility. Now, presume you're a new ham or a prospective ham, and you're really ready to engage. You're excited. Do you remember when you got your license, how excited you were? You're looking for events. You're hungry for things you can do with your license and your new ham radio. And what do you do now? You have to crawl through all these websites across the county to try and find something to do that you can engage this new hobby you found. The meetup will allow us to collect all the events from around the county into a single location, and people can attend them. This not only serves to bring in new people and new hams to the community, but it also allows hams throughout the Bay Area to interoperate, to work together, and to share their knowledge. This is something we as hams should all be behind. We should all be working together to promote what we're doing. Okay, second problem I call the lack of opportunity. Now, we all know the county site has a very wide range of really valuable training classes. And we know the individual clubs have events. We know we have field day once a year. But as a new ham, if I look at the county site, I say, I want to learn packet communications. Next class, 5 months. People are going to lose interest. We need to stay engaged. The meetup site, first of all, will collect not just the county website, but also the individual clubs, and what I will get into later is individual events hosted by other hams. So that's number 2. Okay, third problem, 3, that I want to address is the lack of Elmers. Now, I know we have plenty of Elmers out there, but we need to get those Elmers connected to new and prospective hams. And there's not a good way to do that under the existing systems. The county training sites are focused on training. That's not really conducive to forming an individual relationship and hands-on relationship with an Elmer. Going to a club meeting, the same. You'll meet lots of people. You have to ask for help. What I'm trying to do with the meetup is, instead of forcing the new hams to come to us, we are going to offer the events to them. What do you want to learn? Here's an event. Come get it. More on that a little later, but lack of Elmers is the third problem we're trying to solve. Okay. Next question, how will the meetup work? This is the early days of the meetup. We're just trying to get it off the ground. This is my dream. Right now, I am scraping the individual clubs' websites and trying to find events that are of interest to hams, and I'm adding them to the meetup group. Eventually, I would like to see the clubs take over posting their own events there. The Southern Peninsula Emergency Communication System is covering the cost for the meetup, so this is available at no cost to any of the other clubs or organizations in the Bay Area. We need to be ambassadors for ham radio. We need to make sure that as many people as possible hear about what we're doing, and that people who are looking for something to do, they're on the meetup group saying, what am I going to do this weekend? They see, hey, this looks interesting. What's this ham radio thing? This is half of the mission, the existing events that are out there. The second half is I want to use the meetup group to start creating new events where individual hams host an event to share one piece of knowledge that they wish to share with the users and publish it on the meetup. And this, again, I will go into some more detail for how we're going to do that a little later in the how do you fit in section. But currently the meetup will be two things: clubs and organizations posting their events, and individual hams stepping forward and hosting their own events. The goal here is not to put more load on the existing staff at the county website and at the individual clubs and on the individual cities. We want individual hams to step forward and do this themselves. We will get to that later. Okay, last question, how do you fit in? Well, that depends who you are. First people I would classify as seekers. These are the people who are looking to engage on ham radio. All you need to do, join the meetup group and attend events. Second group of people will be the club and organization officers, the experienced hams. Again, join the meetup group and post your events. Make them available to other hams and let other hams know that they're out there. Third class, this is the most important one in my opinion, Elmers. If you know how to do something on your ham radio, host an event through the meetup, contact me. I will give you access to create your own event. If you want help organizing it, I will help you with that. I've hosted 2 events myself so far, or I've hosted one and I've queued up another one. The one coming up is just Packet in the Park, where we're taking our packet stations out and inviting people to come up and try packet radio. They could do the weekly check-in with their call sign. If it's general public, we'll again allow them to try it, get on the air, and have fun. I'll be making lattes for anybody who shows up. But the point is, anybody can host an event and be an Elmer. And by being proactive, by offering this information to the users and making it available, keep people from having to ask. I know that's really hard for me. Having an event, make it simple. Give them one task that they have to accomplish and help them do it. That's all you need to do for an event. My event, you just show up, you can sit on my packet radio station, and I will walk you through the process of doing a packet check-in. At that event, if you have your own packet radio that you can't get to work, bring it along. We'll try and get it working for you. But this is the kind of event I think we need, that Elmers come out and offer to do stuff. I know I've been terrified. This is been very hard for me. But I'm hoping that by setting an example, if I can do this with the little bit of knowledge I have, you out there who know so much more than I do, you should be able to do this too. If you have a problem, talk to me, I'll help you. So that pretty much wraps up what I'm trying to do with the Meetup group website. I hope you will take an action item to at least join the site. I would like you to create events or add your events to the site, but just joining it's important. The more people join, the more people see other people doing this and having a good time, the better it is for all of us. If 50 people show up, but only 2 sign up, people aren't going to think we're doing something fun. But if 50 people sign up for the event, then we know other people are going to say, hey, that must be interesting. I'm going to show up. This is what we need to do. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate your listening to me. Hopefully this has resonated with you. And that is the end of this video, except I'd like to talk a little bit now. You can leave now. But let me talk about what I see for the future of this event. In addition to having Elmering events, I would also like to see projects started on the Meetup group. I had mentioned earlier that we need to be ambassadors for ham radio. We need to reach out to the community and get them to come to us. We need to go and get them. Specs is responsible for recruiting emergency communicators, but any ham operator is a potential recruit for us, and supporting any ham radio event is valuable to us. I would like to see us start doing more community outreach events. I'd like to see a booth at the electronics flea market where you can help people get on the air, get them interested in ham radio. I'd like to see videos that we produce for new hams in the Bay Area, helping them engage with our community. The county training sites, I get tired of waiting 3 to 6 months for the class I need to take to roll around again. I can shoot a video. I'm willing to work with the trainers there and create those videos and put those online. We need to get in front of the public, let them know who we are. We need to get them interested, and we need to build a fun and vibrant community that encourages people to come out. I had the ham social event at Sunnyvale Baylands Park. In spite of the rain, I had 10 people show up. Only 10. I was disappointed, but I was also happy. We had a great time. I mentioned earlier that to host an event, have one task that you expect people to complete when they show up. And my task was bring your handheld radio, and you have to program it by hand. Here's a frequency, program it by hand. And we had several ham who were experienced show up, didn't need to do the exercise. But we had 2 people who showed up who were new hams who could not figure out how to do that. And to be honest, I wasn't able to help them much either. We had one other experienced ham there who was able to help, and even he had a hard time. We need these events. We need to get people out. We need to get them hands-on, and we need to support them. I'd like to see more projects. I'd like to see a project where we approach local high schools or colleges, and perhaps we build an antenna to contact the International Space Station. We go out to a local science club and we say, let's do a presentation and let these people do this and get people interested. There's so much we can do. If we set up a hosted event on the Meetup group to start a project, we can get other people to help us. Expecting one person to do all the work themselves, not reasonable. I think the Meetup group will be a great place to start more projects to support ham radio. Thanks again, and that'll be it for me. Thanks.